Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level, and to get with alkalinity, then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically, set attention to your mind, and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So today I want to talk about how technology and the digital matrix, artificial intelligence, is consuming information that we're giving it, right? And how it's kind of keeping us within a mental enslavement of some kind, right? So let's get into this. Um, Technology is very much keeping us in mental shackles. Um, This is quite clear, right? This is something that has been known because it's something that is keeping our perception on lock, right? Because the things that we are constantly consuming from the screen or the digital matrix or the internet is very entangling, for one, right? The things that we're viewing, which is the majority of the day for most of people, due to the fact that society is starting to revolutionize things industrially, and this is going to involve the digital uprise, right? So there's the fourth industrial revolution that can come, that is coming, and this is a digitalization globally taking place, right? So this is why everything is going digital now, right? And if you don't have, let's say, a device to work with, then you pretty much you can't really participate in a lot of the things that are being infrastructured, right? So the whole thing of it is that society is making it so that you can't um, you can't be efficient without utilizing some type of technological device, right? And they're making it like this because through these devices, they can easily keep you within the mental enslavement, the whole entangling of the world, right? And the mechanization of humanity, other than deepening of human prosperity and emotion and saturation of experience and depth. Other than these things, it's a mechanization, it's factorization, it's consuming, it's efficiency, and it's some type of emotionless robotic assimilation that's taking place, right? So these things are the popular. These are the things that society is building or is pushing for, right? And this is the cycle that people or mass is getting captured in. Okay, so they have it like this for a reason. Everything is set up so that you get deeply entangled in Maya, or in the world, right? The illusory world. Okay, it's like this so that you continue getting entangled in your karma, in your action, right? And it keeps the information you're consuming. It keeps you creating more and more karma. You're generating more and more karma that you can't get out of because you don't have the necessary wisdom to be able to burn the karma off more than it's being generated, right? So you need to understand the various system that is already integrated in, right? The technological system is consuming information, the information that you're giving it as an organic being. The technological network or field that is slowly being integrated in more and more over the accelerate of time is is taking your biological information, right? And it's kind of using this biological information. It then kind of converts it into data. The artificial intelligence, the global mind, is taking in about like 2 quintillion or 3 quintillion bytes of data every single day, right? And this is what is leading to the technological singularity, which is the supersession of human intelligence by artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence supersedes human intelligence, organic intelligence, or human intelligence, and this is the singularity that's taking place. It has already taken place, right? It's because it's already happened. In whatever year it happens, it's supposed to be 2045, but it's happening sooner or something because of the acceleration process, right? So it can happen any day. Um, but we're giving energy to the global mind or the artificial intelligence, so it's consuming the information we're giving it. Information is our energy or our life energy. So the technological field that is slowly being integrated in more and more over time, which is why they were also bringing the digitalization through the industrial revolution to accelerate that, or that is the acceleration of the integrating technological uprise in action, right? The revolution of the industry and digitalization globally is the is consuming life energy, and it's doing this because it wants to utilize the organic beings, assimilate them, and kind of transform them into cyborg beings, right, or robotic beings, cyborgs. Um, and there's already plenty of cyborgs running around, right? There's an army of cyborgs running around, and the cyborg is pretty much a person who is like 1/3 machine and 2/3 organic being, right? So there's already plenty of people running around with technological enhancements that have been implicated into their body, and nobody knows about it, right? Because they're kind of like an undercover agent type of person. Um, so plenty of these people are running around, and only some people understand that, or know about these people because um, of an open mind, right? Most people say maybe this whole thing is just science fiction, but the whole thing of science fiction is that science fiction and this whole plot or this whole story of machines taking over the globe is something that is already happening in the future. So we had to tell ourselves that it was happening in the future to be able to steer ourselves away from entering into such an age, right? Which didn't work, or we just kind of like to write into our own past, our own pre-evolved states, right, into a higher evolved state. Um, so so the technological field is consuming information, and it's keeping you in mental enslavement to keep you here for the assimilation, right? From organic being to something beyond, right? This is this is like transhumanism, right? Transhumanism is transcending humanity or human being human, and this is a whole movement within the times taking place after the Industrial Revolution, where the global digitalization is taking place, right? So the uprise of machines, the government is slowly being integrated, right? Because the machine is the government, the matrix, the world, Maya, the illusory world. It doesn't actually exist because this is all just perception, right? And perception, um, once you're able to pierce the veil of perception, a completely interdimensional reality beyond the five physical sensory perception is able to be experienced, right? And due to that, it's kind of just something to be further observed, right? So that I guess like too much of a dramaticism isn't developed, and entangling along with it, because you don't want to get yourself entangled too deeply, because this is false in its nature, I want to say. But the consumption of biological information from artificial intelligence is a sickness. The technological field is creating a bunch of radiation that is damaging the biological body or the biological process, right? In a way, and the radiation and the damaging of the biological process is creating turmoil within the natural world. So the natural world um, is obviously going to defend itself, right? And this is why it has things like immune system. When there's diseases, the immune system is here to help. the the immune system is here to help the body or the natural world or the globe to fight that disease off, to cure itself, right? So if society is something like a disease and is trying to infect the entire globe as a body, the globe has immune systems for this, right? So if we're acting as like a cancer to the earth, then and this is what society is. It's like a cancer because it's kind of eating into things, right, and destroying, and it's not giving back as much as it needs to be. So it can lead to extinction of the overpopulated dominant species, right, which is supposed to be humanity, which is said to be humanity. Okay. But that whole process of possible extinction is the immune system of the globe, right? Because the globe is a body, and the globe has its own immune system. So if there's disease on the globe or running throughout the globe that is corrupting it and posing a threat to the globe's life, then the body, it fights that disease off through the immune system. So if we are the disease, the natural world or the globe is naturally going to fight against us, right? Because we're not living harmonious enough to be able to be a healthy organism living in it, right? So the the immune system of the globe kind of goes into place, right? And this can be a potential extinction for humanity if humanity doesn't kind of get into what it needs to be doing, into harmony, and help to heal itself, right? Because if it keeps going that direction, it kind of is it leads to extinction. But there's various different systems from higher dimensional there's various different systems from higher dimensional societies that have already transcended this whole circuit that we've been living in, or this whole simulation, and it keeps humanity as a lower dimensional entity in a creative type of moding, right, where we can freely explore a lot more possibilities without actually having to come into global extinction, right? Instead, we kind of can rewind if we do fall into an extinction without us as a global entity knowing that there's a rewinding taking place, and continue from a place in time or a space in time where we're able to properly function in harmony to be able to avoid any type of global extinctions, right? So, and this is just our higher self. That's the higher self from planetary consciousness, being able to guide the lower self to its resonation, right? Which is also us being able to manifest ourselves on a higher sixth, seventh, eighth dimensional level, beyond planetary consciousness, right? So right now it's not at planetary consciousness, but there is a integrated planetary consciousness already in place, and our higher self, which is living within that, is keeping us from this global extinction that is possible, right? So So there's no actual way that we can go into this extinction, because we've already been through that. We've already been through this so many times that we've already understood that it's not what's going to happen, right? So what is going to happen is a complete a complete shift of awareness, right? The ascension is going to take place. Kundalini is on the rise. The feminine energy, the Christ within, is on the rise again, and people are becoming more and more awake. And this is going to shift. It's going to shift the paradigm. Um, and technology is one of those threats, though. It's one of the threats that is here to keep us within that direction of self extinction, right? Because technology is convenient and we can use it as a tool, but the way things have been set up these days, it's it's encapsulating our attention. The more attention you give to this thing, uh the more that your consciousness, it kind of dims, so they're using the technological field for mental enslavement, right? And the most simple way to explain this is perception is reality, right? And information is perception. So the information you're consuming is creating your perception. And if perception is reality, then the information you're consuming is creating your reality. Simple as this. Everybody knows this, right? Or everybody should know this. The phone and the digital matrix of the internet work is algorized in a certain way to have the organic being consume information, which is also perception, which is also reality. So the information that you're consuming, and the information from the digital matrix of the internet that you're consuming in a certain algorithm, is deciding a certain reality. So whoever is deciding that algorithm is deciding the reality of the mass that is manifesting, right? So one would hope that the one who's deciding the algorithm is the higher self, right, of a planetary consciousness. But there's also there's also various different groups which are dwelling in the shadow that are supposed to be controlling the entire algorithm, right? Um, so who really knows, right? But technology definitely avoid it because it's being used against you, and it's a mass weapon of destruction. We aren't supposed to be consumed by technology for hours a day. We're supposed to be using technology here and there like a tool, like a wrench. When you're fixing your car, you don't rely on the wrench to do the work for you. You don't just throw the wrench at the car and say do the work. Like that's what they're trying to do with technology, especially during the technological takeover. Right, this is where they want to take it. They want to make technology do everything for the people, which is not a bad thing, right? But it needs to be balanced on a planetary level, which is not balanced yet. So some things need to take place, and growth of humanity needs to take place in order for it to come into a more balanced state, right? But technology is a tool. You don't use it for you don't use it the way we're using it these days, right? Which is like all the time. We're always using technology. So um, let me see. Avoid using it. Connect with nature. Resonate with the electromagnetic field, and you can easily free yourself from subconscious enslavement, because this is where the enslavement is taking place in the subconscious. The conscious mind um, is 5% of your waking reality. The subconscious mind is dictating 95% of your waking reality. So all your waking reality is 95% subconscious. So the majority of your waking reality is subconsciousness, right? So within the subconsciousness is where the mental enslavement or the enslavement of the mass is taking place, not in the conscious mind. The conscious mind is only 5%, and it is telling you lies, right? That's why it's only 5%, and everything in the conscious mind is just supposed to keep you ignorant, maybe, and comfortable. But the subconscious is revealing everything, or even deeper in the even deeper in the unconscious, you can find out even more, right? So you got to dive into the subconscious mind, and you got to observe the observe the subconscious mind, reflect it in stillness when you're connecting with nature, and allow for the process of liberation to take place, because it's in the observation that the liberation and the disentanglement is going to take place, right? Simply due to the attention that is shifted there, right? Because attention is light, and the subconscious is darkened. So you got to shed some light, and this is how you integrate the unconscious into the conscious to expand your awareness. Um, that's gonna be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching once again. Peace out, one love, and have a great evening.